So yesterday what we have solved is this problem. Let's say 5 to 10. This is 5. This is concentration. This is time. And then how much amount of pulse is added is 1 more, which is coming out of the reactor. Clear? So what is the T bar that you got? 7.5. Now what is next question is, keep everything same, but only thing is I will change the RTD. This is 5, this is 10, this is 5. M is equal to 1 more. Now what is the T bar? Can you solve T bar now? If you are not there yesterday, you have to go through the yesterday's lecture and then understand, then only you can solve this question. These videos will be there, right, for 3 days. Oh, somebody is saying 15 minutes. 15 minutes is wrong, completely wrong. Because why 15 minutes is wrong? Because the entire mass is, imagine that your class of students, all the marks are in between 5 to 10. Your average cannot be, let's say, out of this range, no? Your average cannot be out of this range. .25. Somebody told 8.3. Looks like 8.3 is more reasonable than, let's say, 6.5. You have to take care of integration. Suppose when E is, what is E value here? Suppose first thing is translate this to E curve. What is area under the curve? 12.5 is also wrong. Answer should be in between 5 to 10. $7.5 cannot be the answer. Area under the curve is 12.5. First thing is plot the E curve. 5, 10. This is 5 divided by 12.5. How do you calculate area? Half into base into height, which is 12.5. So this is your E curve. T. What is the units of E? It is inverse of time. Now, how do you calculate T bar? Integral 0 to infinity E dt. Suppose here in this range, what is E value? 0. Suppose in this range, what is E value? 0. In this range, what is E value? Is it constant or variable as a function of time? Variable. So in this range, E varies from 0 to 5 by 12.5 as T moves, or let's say as T varies from 5 to 10. So can I put E value as constant like previous question? So how does this integral looks like is 0 to 5 et dt plus 5 to 10 et dt plus 10 to infinity et dt. This will be 0. This will be also 0. What is 10 to 5 et dt? How does this 10 to 5 et dt? What is value of E in this equation? You have to write this straight line equation. What are the points? One is 5, 0. Another one is 10 into 5 by 12.5. How do you write this straight line equation is E minus 0 by T minus 5 equal to 5 by 12.5 minus 0 by 10 minus 5. So what is the straight line equation is E equal to this 5 and this 5 will cancel 1 by 12 by 5 T minus 5. This is equation. Take this one, substitute here. So this E is this value. In 5 to 10, you have to substitute that straight line equation because it varies as per the straight line. In the previous case, it is not the case. It is constant. Suppose if you go to the previous problem, if you see concentration is constant, so E value is also constant. Now just check your previous question in your notes and this question. 13.33, somebody is saying cannot be the answer. Answer should be so next problem. For the given E curve shown below, so what is the value of Emax and T bar? This is Emax. Emax 1/6. Emax is 1 by 6. How do you calculate Emax is area under the curve equal to 1. Half into Emax into 1. T bar somebody has already replied 8.67. Now what is E curve is? One by 6. So 0 here. This is also 0. 0 less than t less than 3. Here is 0. Here is also 0. E equal to 0. 3 less than t less than 8. Then here what you should write for the t bar? How E varies is E varies as per the straight line equation. From 8 to 15, E varies as per this straight line equation. What are the points here? 3, 0, 8, 1 by 6, 8, 1 by 6. So what is here is 15, 0. Now 3 to 8, what is the equation? E minus 0 divided by t minus 3 by 1 by 6 minus 0 by 8 minus 3. E equal to 1 by 30 into t minus 3. This is the straight line equation. What is this equation? E minus 0 by t minus 15 equal to 0 minus 1 by 6 by. I am not doing anything new. This is just straight line equations. Minus 1 by 42 into t minus 15. This is the straight line equation. Now what is t bar is? 0 to 3 to 8, 1 by 30 into t minus 3 into t into dt, plus 8 to 15 minus 1 by 42 into so what is t bar here is, if we solve this one, we will get answer. Does everybody get 8.67? This is slightly lengthy problem. If you get the answer, just send in your chat so that I'll come to know how many people got the answer, so that I'll move to next question or next topic. So I got 10 to 15 replies only till now. So we'll move to next topic, which is step input. This is also to find RTD. This is also to find the RTD. So if everybody solves the previous problem, then we'll move to step input. So you just take 1 minute time and go back and see how we have done pulse experiments. What we have done in pulse experiments, we have sent a stream of white people, or let's say white particles, and white particles are coming out. After steady state is established, along with the white fluid, you added, let's say, m moles of red fluid. Now in step experiments, what we do is just go back and observe pulse experiments, so that you will see how step experiment is different from pulse experiment. Just take 1 minute time and see your pulse experiments once. So here, white fluid is going to the reactor. Steady state is established. Is RTD unsteady state or steady state? RTD is steady state or unsteady state. Once you suppose in the pulse experiments, once you inject the red fluid, the system will become steady or unsteady? Unsteady system, because red is continuously going out of the reactor. So here white fluid is going to the reactor and steady state is established. Now after steady state established, at time t equal to 0, stop white fluid. Stop white fluid and you start red fluid. Start red fluid at a flow rate of m dot moles per minute. What is difference between pulse and step experiments is, in pulse experiment, along with the white fluid, you are adding, let's say, m moles of red fluid. Clear? Along with the white fluid, you are injecting m moles of red fluid. In step experiment, you are stopping the white fluid completely and you are starting the red fluid, and you plot the red fluid concentration of red fluid with respect to time. How does the graph looks like? Can you just plot it? Does it increases and reaches a steady state, or does it increases and decreases? How does the red fluid concentration at the outlet of the reactor? Increases. So red fluid concentration slowly increases. So does it increases monotonically, or it reaches a steady state? It reaches a steady state. So this is the point where your entire white fluid has gone out of the reactor. Let's say this is some time, 4 minutes. At 4 minutes, this is my red fluid concentration. What is the rest? This is my red fluid concentration. This is my red fluid concentration. Then what does it mean? What is the rest? What is the rest is nothing but white fluid. So this entire shaded area remains white fluid. Now you will get one doubt. You have stopped white fluid, no? But then where the white, where you are getting the white fluid? Yes, when you stop the white fluid, doesn't mean that you complete, when you stop the white fluid, you stopped here, no? But the entire reactor is filled with white fluid only. Clear? The entire reactor is filled with white fluid only. That is the one which is coming out of the reactor. Now, next interesting question is, for RTD, will you consider white fluid or red fluid here? White fluid or red fluid? For RTD, will you consider white fluid or red fluid? Suppose if I take white fluid, suppose if you see at this point, let's say some red particles are coming. Let's say 15 minutes. This doesn't mean that the time spent by all the red particles inside the reactor is 15 minutes, because red is continuously going into the reactor, no? At 15 minutes, I got 100 red particles. That doesn't mean that 100 red particles have spent 15 minutes inside the reactor. Is it correct? No, because red is continuously entering into the reactor. So out of this 100 red particles, you don't know what is the residence time of the particles. That is why if you concentrate on red fluid, you will not get a clarity. But at 4 minutes, let's say white fluid I got 90. What does that mean? That 90 particles has spent 4 minutes inside the reactor, because at time t equal to 0, you have stopped the white fluid and you are injecting the red fluid. So this 90 particles, or let's say whatever this entire particles are inside the reactor time t equal to 0, you are not injecting. So basically, what is an RTD is, you inject a number of people at time t equal to 0 and observe them how they are coming out, is what is RTD. So now here in the step experiment, your white fluid will become a pulse. Your red is continuously going. No? At time t equal to 0, you stop the white fluid. That means you are continuously injecting the red fluid. Then what is the pulse? What is the bunch of particles which you have added at time t equal to 0, which is white fluid, no? So that is why you concentrate on white fluid only here, not the red fluid. Just spend some time and understand this one. So why you are now at time t equal to 0, you stopped white fluid. That means this entire reactor is filled with white fluid. No. Now this is the pulse at time t equal to 0. So because this white, all the white particles inside the reactor time t equal to 0. Suppose let's imagine that at 15 minutes you got 100 red particles. That doesn't mean that all the 100 red particles spend 15 minutes inside the reactor. No, because at time t equal to 0, you started the red fluid which is continuous one. Out of these 100 red particles, there may be some particles entered at time t equal to 0. There may be some particles entered at time t equal to 10 minutes. There may be some particles which are entered at, let's say, 13-14 minutes also. That is why out of this 100, you cannot guarantee that all the 100 particles have spent 15 minutes inside the reactor because red is continuously entering into the reactor. Whereas at 4 minutes, if you see 90 white particles has come, that means you are 100% sure that this 90 particles has spent 4 minutes inside the reactor. So that is why white fluid we are taking into the account, not the red fluid. Here. So here what is pulse is the white fluid, not the red fluid. Now, if you observe, let's say, the pulse experiments again. So what you are concentrating is some problem with the pencil. So what is coming out is you have to concentrate on this area. This is concentration of red versus time. But what you are concentrating is on the white fluid. Now, how do you calculate T bar here? What is the maximum concentration is Cmax. How do you say that this RTD is correct experiment is? At steady state, the maximum concentration that you will get from the experiment should be equal to theoretically what is the maximum that you have added, which is equal to m dot divided by V. Clear? So Cmax is equal to m dot divided by V. So this is theoretically what is the maximum concentration that you have added. Cmax is what is the maximum concentration that you got experimentally. These two should be equal, then only your experiment is right. Now how do you calculate T bar here? Now T bar, there is no concept of average areas because the variable that you are calculating average is on the x-axis, but your mass is located on the concentration side. So how do you do is 0 to Cmax T into dC divided by 0 to Cmax into dC. You are writing concentration integral because your mass is located on the y-axis. What is this is 1 by Cmax, no? 1 by Cmax 0 to Cmax T into dC. So this is what is your T bar. Because your mass is located on the y side, no? That is why I'm writing the, well, how do you calculate the area of this axis is? How do you calculate area of this axis is 0 to C max T into DC. That means total concentration divided by 0 to C max DC. Earlier case is simple. Pulse experiment is simple because your mass is located on the T side. Because in the pulse experiment, your mass is located on the T side and you are calculating T bar. That is simple. So this is slightly conflict because your mass is located on the y axis, but you are calculating X bar. In pulse, both the fluids are going, but red is finite concentration. All the red you added at time t equal to 0, no? So here there is no E curve because there is no two integrals, no? But here you have a curve called F curve. What is F curve is? You will divide this coordinate with C max, which is called as F. C by C max. What is F curve is? The maximum coordinate is 1. The maximum coordinate is 1, which is T. Clear? So, but there is no use of F. This is called as F curve. There is no use of F curve, but whereas E curve is useful because you can solve the single integral and it gives a clarity. So that is why mostly we use pulse experiment only, not the step experiments. Generally, pulse experiments are more meaningful and easy to understand. Just take 2 minutes time and read the entire step experiment and entire pulse experiment and understand the difference between these two. So C max is not 1. C by C max is 1. Maximum coordinate is 1. Just take some time and understand these experiments. If you have any doubts, ask. We'll go to solving the problems. Step experiment because you are stopping white fluid and then going. Why did we take white fluid? Reason because it is the finite amount of fluid. Red fluid is since continuously going, you can't make conclusions on red fluid. This is different way of doing the experiments. Somebody is asking why we need to do this experiment. This is another way of doing the experiment. Write this problem. If you stop red fluid, if you stop what white fluid, somebody is asking to stop the red fluid. If you stop white and red, then what is going into the reactor? Right. So take this problem. A step experiment is done on a reactor. A step experiment is done on a reactor with a tracer concentration with a tracer flow rate of 1 mole per minute. A tracer experiment of 1 mole per minute. The concentration of the tracer at the exit of the reactor is given below. The concentration of the tracer at the exit of the reactor is given below. Find what is T bar, what is volume of the reactor. Here you don't need to convert into F curve because T bar from the C curve is also single integral only. So I got 2 replies. T bar is 3. Volume of the reactor is also 3. So what is T bar is? How do you write T bar? 1 by C max 0 to C max T into DC. No? What is C max 1? What is C max 1? Now what is T bar is 0 to 0 to 0 to 1 T into DC. This is what is T bar. Clear? How do you solve this integral? Now, when the concentration is changing from 0 to 1, time is changing from 1 to 5 as per the straight line. Clear? So, when concentration is changing from 0 to 1, time is varying from 1 to 5 as per the straight line equation. As per the straight line equation. Clear? Now, how do you write the straight line equation? What are the points? 0, 1, 5, and 1. Sorry, what is this point? 1, 0, 1, 0, 5, and 1. So, how do you write the straight line equation? C minus 0 by T minus 1 is equal to T minus 1 is equal to 1 minus 0 by 5 minus 1. So, T equal to 4C plus 1 is the straight line equation. Now, substitute here 0 to 1, 4C plus 1 into DC. This is how you should solve this integral. Because this is here time is a variable and it is a concentration integral. Is is time constant when you are changing the concentration? No. When the concentration is changing from 0 to 1, time is varying from 1 to 5 as per the straight line equation. So what is the answer that you are getting? T bar is equal to 3 minutes. Clear? Once you get T bar 3 minutes, then what is volumetric flow rate? How do you calculate volumetric flow rate? Because your Cmax is equal to m dot by V. What is Cmax 1? What is m dot 1? So what is V is 1 liter per minute. So what is volume? Volume is 1 into T bar, which is, let's say, 3 liters. Clear? See, everybody, this is what is step experiment. So I think we'll stop here because the next topic is RTD of ideal reactors, which is actually a lengthy topic. Maybe requires, let's say, 1.5 hours, something like that. So if I start today, then I have to stop in this one. So we will stop here and then we'll open for doubts. So with this one, first part of the chapter 4 is done, which is how do you find RTD of a real reactor. And what is the next step is how do you find RTD of ideal reactors. Then how do you correlate non-ideal reactor RTD to ideal reactor RTDs and find a model is what is the third point that we will discuss maybe next to next class. So tomorrow we will discuss RTD of ideal reactors. So any doubts? So we are stopping class here and then we are open for doubts. So we will do one more problem. Maybe tomorrow we'll start with actually the one more problem in the step experiment. Somebody is asking short में pulse and step experiment का procedure. What are we doing in pulse experiment is white fluid based and white fluid is coming out. Along with the white fluid, you are adding 100 red particles. This is what is pulse experiments. What is step experiments is white fluid is going, white fluid is coming out, but you are stopping white fluid and injecting the red fluid. That is what is step experiment. E and F curves are not much related, but there is one correlation E equal to dF by dt. So somebody is asking to explain first question. Can you look into this video again because I have to go back all the way. This what is dispersion number? Dispersion number will come into picture in the dispersion model. So there are two models, which is last part of this chapter, that is Stanksian series model and dispersion model, which are signifies how much is non-ideality. So like you are saying, like yesterday we have discussed, we have a PFR, we have close to PFR, but how close that reactor is to PFR, that is what is non-ideality. Can you see the first question once again in the video? How many more classes? Chapter 4, I think I need 3-4 sections more so that chapter 4 will be completed. Then we'll start chapter 5. After that, there is non-isothermal reactors. So overall, there will be 8 or 9 sessions more. Because why? Somebody is asking why the remaining area is white area. Because see here. So let's say this is what we are saying white area, no? So this is my red fluid concentration. Why red fluid concentration is less? Because the rest is occupied by the white fluid. No, so this is a reactor. I stopped white and I injected the red fluid. So, but white fluid is continued there inside the reactor. No, when you stop, that white fluid has to exit. No, that is what is this concentration. So any other questions? So somebody joined today. Syllabus or something. Syllabus is available in the internet itself, no? I think these lectures are possible to hear. I don't know. 3 days is available, but I don't know whether CRE will be repeated or not. So you ask your branch whether CRE will be repeated or not. The area of white fluid is basically a pulse input S. Basically, white fluid is a pulse. White fluid is a finite amount here. So we are not getting any doubts. So I'm closing the session. Are any doubts? In step experiment, red fluid will be added again. No, red fluid will be continuously added. You see the video again, maybe this class. So what is this equation? C out by C in is equal to integral of 0 to h e power minus kt et dt. We have not written this equation. No? Where did you get this equation? Maybe I'll ask you to unmute and then just let me explain your question. You can unmute yourself 220005. Yeah, but this is for CSTR, not now. Not required now. Maybe in CSTR while deriving you can get this type of equations. We don't need this equation, no?
Sir, it is for C.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, tell me.
Hello, this is for CST, I guess.
Yeah, this was
Sir,
CSTR. When
I
I'm
was
writing,
getting.
yeah, when we write the tracer balance for CSTR, tomorrow when you are writing for CSTR tracer balance,
Okay.
you will get this. Okay.
Hmm.
You can ask doubts. You can just raise your hand. Maybe I'll unmute you. Then you can ask your question. If you are, let's say, uncomfortable in asking, let's say, charts, just raise your hands. I'll unmute you. Okay, I'm closing the session because no doubts.